Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing great. In the previous tutorial, we saw that changing the image's position messed up the animation. It was no longer scaling from the center and gave us a weird result. In today's tutorial, we're going to fix that and add a nice glow effect to our animation. To fix the problem, we first need to publish the center value of the size position node. Just right click on the center property and select publish. This allows us to use this exact value in any other node. It is like the pick width tool or the bind tool in Adobe After Effects, where one property drives another. You will see a keyframe gets added immediately and it will show up in the modifier panel. Now go over to the size animation node and connect its pivot to the value we just published. With that done, even if you change the position in the size animation node, our animation will stay perfectly intact. You can try moving the position around right now to test it out. For now, I'm going to reset the position in the size animation node by clicking the reset to default button. Next, I will select the entire node tree again, right click, go to macro and select create macro so we can configure a new macro export. I'm showing this process repeatedly so that the whole process becomes very easy and memorable for you. I know this macro export process can seem a bit tricky at the very beginning of the journey. Now it is time to select the macro properties. First, from the input image node, we'll check clip name. Next, from the size position node, we don't need the center since we already published that property. We will only select size and angle. Then from the size animation node, we'll only check the center property. Here you can notice that the size and angle parameters are automatically selected. I'm not going to change them because I want to show you something interesting. Even if we expose the size property, we won't be able to adjust it on the edit page. Why? Because it's already being controlled by another modifier, which you can tell by looking at the active keyframe icon. Next, from the animation curve, which we renamed earlier, we will select ease in, ease out, scale, offset, time scale, and time offset. Finally, click on the Save As group, navigate to your Fusion, Templates, Edit, Titles folder, replace our previous file, and save and close. Let's go back to the edit page. From the Effect panel, under the Title section, I will bring our newly saved image bounce animation macro onto the timeline. Look at that, the animation is working beautifully. Now if you select it and change its position anywhere on the screen, the animation will not break. But notice, because we deliberately exported those linked size properties earlier, it is not letting us scale it, which worked perfectly in our previous template. We'll fix this in our next export. Right now, we can increase the timescale from the inspector panel to make the animation faster. For example, changing it from 5 to 10 make it a really fast animation, while dropping it down to 2 gives us a slow animation. Also, if you change the clip's length, the animation reacts dynamically. Let's improve this even more by adding a glow effect. I'll reorganize the nodes a bit and add a glow node. We mainly need to control the glow size and glow amount to control the glow look. Let's select the whole setup again. Right click, go to macro, click create macro, then grab clip name from the input image. Take the correct size and angle from the size position node. Then select only the center property from the size animation node. Finally, go to the glow node. Since we did not rename it, it shows as glow 1. That is fine. From here, we'll check X glow size, Y glow size, and glow. And we're done. Just like before, click Save As Group, overwrite the file in the specific folder, and close it. Let's go back to the edit page. When we bring the new macro to the timeline, you will see the glow effect is right there. We can now adjust the size, position and glow perfectly. But wait, notice that during the export we accidentally forgot to select the animation curve properties. As a result, we cannot see those settings anymore. No worries, in our next tutorial we'll improve this macro even further and finally select and export all the necessary properties perfectly. So that is all for today. Thank you for watching this tutorial, thank you for staying with me, and as usual, good night.